Oh, hi. Hi. Yeah, I'm just doing some prep for tonight's dinner. Making Catherine lamb garam masala, so I'm just skinning the ginger. Just wish ginger grew in a more convenient shape. It's just so fiddly and annoying. Anyway, I'll just finish this off and I'll meet you in the other room.
Oh, g'day again. I really wish we had smell-o-vision right now because the smell of that curry, oh, it's amazing. Anyway, a couple of things this time around. First up, I have some mail to open. Oh, I get to do an unboxing. I got a little package today in the post from Canada, which was rather exciting and unexpected. If you remember, I've mentioned Rodney Smith's fantastic series, Watch It Played, and he had an Indiegogo fundraiser going a couple of months back to raise some funds to help him continue doing the video series, and I donated a bit of money to that. And today I got my Harvey Walters, so I'm pretty excited about it. They've actually personalised it a little bit, put a WIP on the bottom and written a little message of thanks on the back, so that's great. Thanks so much, Rodney, if you're watching. Right, so once I've got a bit more confidence up in my video making and we have a crack at making an Arkham horror video, one of the characters is definitely going to have to be Harvey Walters. So again, thank you very much, Rodney, if you're watching. The second thing is a rules clarification, and this time, I know I've been making a few mistakes here and there, but this time it's actually quite a big one. Wolf Corbett brought it up at the end of the last video. The rules, as I read out during the last video, about pit traps. Now, if you go back to video 8 in the series, to the south. Alright, so now the skeletons are going to have their moves. We'll have the one in the corridor move up and have a swing at Wilhelm, and one of the other ones in the other room will also move up. Skeletons have a movement of 6 squares, so they can just get there. Alright, so we'll move them up now. Alright, now attacking with 2 dice, we'll start with the skeleton in the east. They should not have been allowed to do that. Skeletons, and indeed all monsters, have to roll to jump over pits once they're actually in play. I misunderstood the rules a little bit, and they are slightly vague, but I'm not using that as an excuse, in that monsters aren't affected by traps until they're activated. Once they're on the board, they can be affected by traps just like heroes can. So, I've messed up pretty bad. I don't know that there is anything we can actually do about it now because the game's moved on quite a bit, and those skeletons didn't actually do a whole lot to the heroes. I'll discuss it with my players and see how they feel about it. They may have to hold me ransom, and I don't know, I might restore some lost body points or something along the way. So yeah, just to clarify, once traps are placed on the board, monsters and also heroes can be affected by them equally. Alright, that's it for the start of this video, so now we'll move on to the game board again, and we'll see if I can do some killing. And here's how we left off last time. Not too much preamble today, so we'll go straight on with Elroyce's turn. Elroyce is going to move back towards the Wizard and the Barbarian because they both are quite in desperate need of healing. And he's the only one with a remaining heal spell. So he'll move his full allotment of movement back towards them. Gets to this point here, and he can now see down this corridor to the south. It's blocked off there. So that's 4 that he's moved. He's only going to move 6, he'll just move to there. If I can get him to stay. There we go. So that will be Elroyce's turn. Now we'll move on to Lothario. Lothario, of course, equipped with the crossbow as she is, she's going to have a shot at that skeleton at the end of the hallway. If she kills it, all fine and dandy, she's going to move up a little bit. Otherwise, she's going to move back so that the skeleton can't reach her with its movement this turn. Alright, so Lothario readies a quarrel in her crossbow, takes aim, has a shot, manages to score 1 skull. So the skeleton will now get to defend itself. Skeletons defend with 2 combat dice. 2 combat dice. And the skeleton doesn't manage to defend the hit. So the skeleton is killed as a crossbow bolt goes through its eye socket. That ends her attack, so she's now killed everything in the hallway. So she's going to move up the hallway just a little bit to here. Hang on a sec. Yep, that'll be fine. That ends Lothario's turn. Now, of course, we'll move on with Wilhelm. Wilhelm's just going to move his full allotment towards the enemies. He's bloodthirsty as always, so he moves across. Now, again, we've got another clarification about the rules. Pit traps don't specifically say, but the way I read it is that there can only be one person in a pit trap at any one time, because if you move into a pit trap, your movement immediately ends, and you can't end your turn on a square with another player. So again, it doesn't specifically say, but I read into that there can only be one person in a pit trap at a time. So Wilhelm's going to move along, bounce over the top of the wizard, and move to here. Ready to be healed by his elven friend in the next turn. And of course, this is the first time they've met up since they split at the start of the game, so high fives all around, no doubt. Alright, so now we will move on to Barabel's turn. Barabel is again just going to move his full allotment towards the enemies, and he's not going to cast any spells or anything like that, so he moves down to here. Alright, that ends this turn. So now we will move on to the enemies. My turn, and they're not going to actually move this turn. They're pretty comfortable with where they are and what they're doing. So that will be the end of this turn. So once again, not a particularly eventful turn, but we will see what happens. If some of the heroes decide to move up, we'll see just what these two remaining monsters have up their sleeve, the mummy and the zombie. Thank you once again for watching Tortuga. My name's Tinny, and I'll see you for the next turn.